everybody, and welcome back to the fourth part of our series of all about our expediting trucking business. I got it right. Yay! So anyway, the first video we talked about how we decided we really wanted to get into expediting. And then the second video we talked about the steps we had to take with FedEx to actually get signed up and all the endorsements we had to get. And then in the last video, we talked a little bit about trying to find a fleet owner and what we actually look for in that process, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and so today we're going to jump forward just a little bit and talk about something that you actually need to consider as a driver if you want to finally get into the truck. And that is, we're going to talk a little bit about the various different rewards programs that the big truck stop chains have.
And actually, we applied for our cards before we actually got in the truck.
Yes.
So that's kind of why we put this in this part of the series, because these are things that we did before, or we applied for them before we got in the truck. But we're going to talk today a little bit more about getting into a little bit more detail once you're in the truck.
The process and everything. First of all, probably ought to cover why you would actually want to have one of these cards. It's money, pretty much, straightforward. It's money in our pocket. What happens is there's three major truck stop chains. There's the TA and Petro chains. They're both together.
Slash Petro.
Slash Petro. They use the same rewards program. And then the second is another group, a slash. Of Pilot and Flying J. And then finally there's Loves. So these are by far the three largest truck stop chains in the United States and even into Canada. And so, they're spread all over the country, from the East Coast to the West Coast and every place in between. But those are the three major ones. There are also AM Best truck stops.
Pretty big one.
But those are more independent truck stops. They're not, like the Pilots or the Flying J's where they're all sort of cookie cutter. They're all sort of different. We do stop there from time to time.
There are some nice truck stops.
Yes, they are.
They do have some nice amenities.
And also there's Sapp Brothers, who have a few, it's a smaller chain, but still spread out throughout the country. I think pretty much Pilot and Flying J bought up the rest of the chains. There used to be Wilco Hess, and there used to be Bosselman's. And they bought those chains, and now they're part of Flying J and Pilot.
Yeah, and Road Ranger used to be the same way, but I don't know what happened there, because now some of them aren't Pilots.
So anyway, why you would want one of these rewards cards is every time that we put fuel in the truck, on all of these programs, you earn points or you earn a credit. The points work basically for every gallon of fuel you put in the truck, you usually earn 1 point. And later on, you can redeem those points. It's only worth a penny. I know that doesn't sound like much, but every penny does count, and over the course of a year, when you buy $40,000 worth of diesel fuel, they sort of add up a little bit. So as far as I know, all three of the major ones work on a point per gallon. There are different levels, and we've noticed this here in the past 3 years, that all of them have like a tiered structure. So if you buy so many X amount of gallons, then next month you get 2 points for every gallon, or 3 points, or even 4 points for every gallon of fuel. So the more you buy, they're designed to be loyalty, so they want to instill loyalty in their customers. Exactly. So the more you buy, the more you get. And so also, if you put in X amount of gallons, and this varies, the TAs and the Petros, a little bit higher number, you have to put in 60 gallons at a fill-up
to get a credit.
And at the Flying J and Pilots, it's 50 gallons, and at Loves, it's 50 gallons. But once you get that credit, you get a free shower.
Yep. And how much are showers now?
Anywhere from $12 to $15.
Yeah, per shower.
Per shower. Now, they allow you, like husband and wife teams, same household teams, I suppose, can share a shower, or they will do what's called a team shower, where you go in to take a shower, and if you have a teammate, you can actually both, for the price of one, get 2 individual separate showers. So that works pretty nice. So that's how we get our showers. If we had to pay for those, we'd be dirty truck drivers because we just wouldn't know.
Yeah, forget that shower. We're not doing that because we don't have $15 or 12 or 11.
Right, but it does add up
13.
significantly over the course of a month or even especially a year.
Wow.
So
you all think about how often you take showers while you are at home before you start driving. If you're new to the expediting.
Right.
I mean, before driving, I got up every morning to take a shower. You multiply that times $15. It's like,
So there is a limit based on, each individual chain. Some of them have a limit. So TA and Petros are going to let you take 2 in a day that are free. They'll let you buy as many as you want. And I think that's probably the case with the other truck stops. We're not for sure. And the reason we're not for sure is we basically buy the vast majority of our fuel at the TAs and the Petros. It just so happens that we get through FedEx Customer Critical as independent contractors with them, we get much better, higher discounts if we fuel at the TA and the Petro than we do at the other places. Now, there are some of you out there that are TA and Petro drivers that are saying, and you're shaking your head going, that's not true. Well, we are independent contractors and we are signed on directly with FedEx. A lot of you folks are probably signed on through Expediter Services, and you run under the Expediter Services fleet. I know for a fact that Expediter Services gets really good discounts everywhere, including Loves and Flying J's. Better than we get. Mm-hmm. But we are not signed up under that program. So there is cases of where it would probably be better off if you did fuel at the Loves.
And if you're a truck driver that's not an expediter through FedEx Custom Critical, whether you're through Panther or someone else, you may get better discounts through one of the other programs. Our experiences are... The majority of our experiences are with TAs and Petros because of our discount. Right,
and that's just where we've always chosen to fuel at. Mm-hmm. So we basically take showers at TAs and Petros. We spend the weekends at TAs and Petros. One thing we have found is Loves, very few of the Loves, they're starting to put more and more into the new ones, have laundry facilities. And the Flying J's and Pilots, their facilities are usually smaller. Maybe they only have 2 washers and 2 dryers for an entire truck stop. Whereas the TAs and Petros a lot of times are anywhere from 8 to 10 of each.
And I believe that is because of the size of the truck stops too.
So yeah, we've noticed that the Loves truck stops tend to be a little on the smallish side, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then I guess the Flying J's are probably, well, I guess it would, if you, in order of size.
In order of size, TAs and Petros largest.
And then
I would go the Flying J's. And then it's kind of a toss-up between the Pilots and Loves. It just depends on where you're at. Because there are some bigger Pilots and there are some smaller Pilots.
Yeah.
Same way with Loves.
Loves has just went crazy the last few years and built like a lot of new truck stops. And they tend to be a little bit bigger than some of their older truck stops. So they're probably on the same page. Maybe a little bit bigger than the Pilots, I guess. But we normally go to the TAs and the Petros. And that's just, what we do. They're bigger. There's nicer laundry facilities usually. So,
if we're going to stay for a while, we usually stay at the TAs and Petros.
Yeah.
If it's just an overnight or just a switch or swap, we just go wherever we can find a spot.
Yeah. So anyway, what happens is
back to the rewards
cards. Yeah, we sort of lost a tangent there. Each one of them, of the 3 major brands, have usually you go to a website and sign up. I know that's what we did. We requested the cards. In some cases, you can actually go into, I think it's the Pilot that have the cards. You can pick the cards up, and then you have to go online and basically go
Flying
from there.
Too.
I think so, yeah. But what happens is you go online, you go to the website, and here in the video, I'm going to sort of show a screenshot of those, and I'll put that right here. Okay, this is the website for the TA Petro UltraOne Loyalty Rewards Program. And as you can see, here's the web address up here. I've got this highlighted. It's also linked below in the description of the video. This main page here just basically tells you a little bit about the program. And actually, the TA Petro program there's actually 3 separate versions. There's one for professional drivers, which basically is those with a CDL license, a CDL A or B. There's also an Expediter program, and this is geared more towards the folks that are out here doing this in a van or a smaller straight truck. And then there's a coach program, which is basically designed for bus drivers. So we'll take a little bit look here at the professional driver program.
And like I said, the TA describes this as a loyalty rewards program. And so, the more you spend, they're trying to entice you to spend, the more it comes out better for you. One of the interesting things about the TA program, they changed this about a year ago now. And they changed the way the whole program was worked, and they went to a tiered structure, and they call them gears. And you can read more about it on their website here. But essentially, the amount of fuel that you buy this month dictates how many points and some of the rewards that you're able to get next month. And I think probably Loves does this also to some extent, and I think probably the Flying J does too. I'm not familiar with those programs as much, but they call their tiers here with the TA and Petro program gears. And so if you buy less than 750 gallons, next month you get 1 point per gallon. You go over 750, you get 2 points. You buy 1,250 gallons, you get 3 the next month. And on these first 3 levels, anytime that you fill up with 60 gallons of fuel, you get a free shower. Starting with Gear 4, which you have to get to 1,500 gallons of fuel, you still get 3 points per gallon. But now they've added something a little bit different. You have a free shower, or you could also use that credit. They call it an ultra credit. You could use that to buy a meal in the restaurant, and they give you $14 credit for that, which is pretty decent. So you can actually go in and get a decent meal for $14. Or you can also do the parking. A lot of the TAs and Petros now have reserved parking, and you can apply that to get a parking space for the night. We've never reached this max gear. We have reached the 4th gear quite a few times, but if you buy 1,750 gallons this month, this remains the same, but you do go up to 4 points per gallon. So anyway, that's an overview of that part of the program. We're just going to go back here. There's some other benefits you can go through and look at. Ultra Credits explains that, the benefits. There's a fact page, the official rules, and here's where you click to become a member. This will take you out to a description of the program itself and walk you through the process of signing up. Fill all this out, send the request, and what will happen is that they will actually send you a temporary sort of a login with your information, how to get logged in and everything. You can also go inside the TA and Petro and do this on the kiosk, and then your cards will show up in the mail. Now, unlike the other loyalty rewards program, we actually get a new card every year from the TA and Petro. In fact, when we get home for Christmas, ours will probably be sitting there. We still have the same Loves and the same pilot card we started with. So that's just something to be aware of. So anyway, that's an overview of the TA Petro UltraOne loyalty reward program. And now we'll go on to the Loves. Okay, this is the My Loves Rewards loyalty program. This is the Loves name for their loyalty program and everything. This is the website. I'll have the link below in the description. This basically just tells you a little bit about the program itself. You can actually go in and actually pick up a physical card at Loves or Speedco, and then you go online and you register that card. So in other words, you don't have to wait. You can actually go and pick one up today and basically start earning right then and there. And here's how their rewards work. They have 4 separate levels, and it's just like the TA and the Petro rewards. It's based on how many gallons of fuel you buy this month, and then you get those rewards next month. And as you can see, up to 500 gallons, you get 1 point next month, and then 500 gallons, you get 2 points. By 1,000 gallons, 3, and up to 1,500, you get 4 points. And so the benefits here are, you get a free shower every day. Or if you are in the lower tiers, you get 1 free credit with up to 50 plus gallons. So I know that some of the larger fleets have it set up to where they're automatically platinum, like Expeditor services, I believe anyway, that's in their fleet is already set up at like a higher level. So you automatically get like a free drink and a free shower a day. So that works out pretty good for some of the larger fleets. Like I said, we always go with the TA and Petro if we can, just because of the benefits. There's other benefits here. There's free drinks. It just walks you through how you do all this. And like I said, I really like the Loves app, and there is a link to download that right here off the smartphone. You can download the app. It has some really great features. And all in all, it's a really good program. I really like the Loves. I don't have to worry about it. I can walk in with just my phone in my pocket and get free drinks or whatever I need to do, pay for my purchases. And they take points right at the counter and in the fast food restaurants. So that is an overview of the Loves My Love Rewards program. And now on to the Flying J pilot program. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the MyRewards program, which is the loyalty rewards program through Pilot and Flying J. This is the actual website, and I will put the link in the description below. This is just an informational overview of what all the program has. You can talk about points. It tells you how you earn bonuses on your purchases and how you use your rewards points. And some of the benefits that they have what's called shower power, so you can earn a shower per day for the rest of the month anytime you get over 1,000 gallons, which is pretty cool. We do that quite often. The coffee club, which is pretty neat. You buy 9 cups of coffee, you get your 10th one free. I get a birthday treat this month. Yeah. They also have these little cups called Fillmore, where you buy the cup and then your refills are cheaper that way if you buy like the little plastic cup. You can also use my points to do laundry, which is pretty cool. And there's some other benefits. So anyway, this is what the card looks like now. Ours is older because we've had ours since we started. So what you would do is just go here, create a MyRewards account. You pick up the card in the store, and then you basically go in and register it here. And that will walk you through the whole process. It's pretty simple, straightforward. You'll have the card, and then you can actually start using it right when you need to. So it's a pretty cool program. I really like it. The thing that I like the best about it is there are quite a bit of rewards that are actually within the app. And this is I'm actually logged in here. You can see I've got 1,421 points. And here's the offers that they send out to you. It's pretty cool. They are savings on different things. Sometimes there'll be free drinks in here. I know during the driver appreciation month that was a few months back, they actually had like a free drink each day. Sometimes it was coffee, sometimes it was water, sometimes it was a beverage or a fountain drink. Works out pretty neat. So I think they actually probably give away and have more benefits for the drivers than any of the other ones. So I really like the Pilot and Flying J, but unfortunately we don't buy that much there. As you can see, I've only got 1,421 points where I've got like 300 or 200 and some dollars at the TAs. But anyway, that's an overview of the Pilot Flying J MyRewards program, and now we'll get back to the rest of the video.
So anyway, as you can see from the websites, you just simply go and you sign up, put your information in. You'll either get sent a card or you already have the card. I think in some cases you just activate the card that you pick up, and you end up with one of these handy-dandy little deals. So they're just like a credit card, same size and everything else. And then what happens is when you go to the pump, you put your card in that you're going to pay with first, your payment card.
Yep.
In our case, we have a card that comes from FedEx. And then next they ask you for your loyalty or rewards card. And we just slide, just a little slide in, just like that. And that's basically all you do. The points are automatically added to your card. And so those add up.
They will ask you some questions at the pump.
Yes.
About what you want, and if you want a cash advance, if you want, and that's a whole nother gamut of things. But
yes.
They will ask for your truck number in most cases.
Right. They'll ask for your truck number. I think some might ask for DOT number. It's basically your company and how that is set up, what information they want. I know for some, and ours has changed over the years because at some point, for a while, we had to put in our mileage.
Yeah. And some companies want you to do that.
And now we do not have to do that. The only information that we actually have to enter in is our truck number. And if we enter the wrong truck number, it says, and won't let you go on. So anyway, that's a simple process. Then you go in and get your fuel receipt. The points are automatically added to your account. And you can check your balance. I think it's Loves and maybe Pilot prints your balance right on your receipt.
Yeah.
So that's easy to check. The TA's not so much. But the one thing that you deal with your cards probably the most, or it's changing.
Ever changing with technology.
Ever changing. But in all cases, the truck stops will have what they call a kiosk, and that's just a computer terminal that you go and you have to scan in your card or enter your card number, slide your card, because they've all got magnetic strips on the back. Slide that in, enter your password, and then you can get into your account. You can also redeem from showers at that point, and you can check your points, and then that's where they get different. That's where they really change a lot. The differences with the TAs are probably, I don't know, 5 to 6 years, 7 years behind the pilots and the Loves
Depends
cards.
on what you call behind or
Well,
ahead.
just to give you an example, to redeem points, and you can use points for food inside the truck stops. You can redeem points for gifts, groceries,
gifts,
technology,
headsets.
Basically anything they sell inside the store except for alcohol. Some cases cigarettes, which we don't smoke, so who cares?
There are people out there who might, though.
And then there's, basically you can redeem your points. The difference is at the Flying J pilots or the Loves, you basically walk up to the counter and make your purchase, slide your card, or there's a barcode on the back of the cards that you can show up to a laser scanner, and it basically says, oh, you're so-and-so, and we'll just take the points off right here. Mm-hmm. And that's basically the process. The TA process is a lot more convoluted, and even though we like the TA's program, I wish this is something they would change, because what you have to do is you have to stroll over to your friendly neighborhood kiosk, wherever that's hiding at in the store.
And sometimes it's kind of hard to find.
It's various locations, and we're not really for sure exactly why they do that. Sometimes they're right next to the showers, which sort of makes sense, and sometimes they're not. It varies. So what happens is you have to go up, log into the kiosk, select redeem points, and you only have like 3 choices. You can redeem 100 points for $1. I think it's 250 points for $2.50. I'm not really for sure about that.
500.
$5. 500 points for $5. 1,000 points for 10. All the way up to 50.
2,500.
2,500. And then you can redeem 5,000 points and you get $50. It's just like cash. You can spend it in the store. But what happens at this point in time is it prints out on a little slip of paper out of the printer, out of the front of the kiosk. And you have to take that little slip of paper up front and turn it in with your purchase. And if you buy something that's pretty expensive, like say you bought a dash cam that was 200 some points, 200 some dollars, they will want to see your card to make sure it's you. So you do this and you turn this in.
And you have a fan worth of tickets when you do that too.
Yeah, and this works okay, but it's just sort of a pain in the butt because, okay, let's just say your purchase comes to $4.63 and you get out $5 worth of points. Well, they don't give you change back. They don't give you credit back. You've lost your $5. So in most cases, when we go to do this at the TAs or Petros, we'll know what we're going to spend and we'll get out fewer points and pay the rest of it with cash.
Yeah.
There is no option to just scan in your card yet. I'm sure they're going to work on this because this is...
And maybe they don't because they might make more money though.
Well, they might. Maybe that's it. If you figured all the truck drivers in the United States doing this...
Who give up 3 or 4 points to every thing.
So that's sort of our little pet peeve with the TA and Petro program. We use it and we deal with it. And it's not like we're using points all the time.
Yeah, and did we want to go over the platinum versus the
regular
regular card?
With the TAs, and I'm assuming it's the same way with the other cards. We really don't know. But with the TA, there's 2 levels. There's the regular level, and then there's the platinum level. And to get to the platinum level, you have to buy 20,000 gallons in a year.
Which is what our card looks like. We don't have one of the old cards.
Yeah,
it's
we've got
the
one
platinum
of
is a silver card.
Pretty shiny.
And the ones that are not are blue.
Right. So the platinum card has a few perks with it. If we go into the shop, we get... I should mention that after you get the 20,000 for the next year, you only have to get 10,000 gallons points.
Yes, we did not know that.
But so that works out pretty nice.
We kept getting platinum. We're like, how are we getting this?
They have since discontinued this program, and it was really pretty cool because if you hit platinum for 3 years in a row, you got this really nice, heavy-duty, even though it said UltraOne on the back, because that's the name of the program, UltraOne program, big, heavy leather coat. Mm-hmm. I mean, this was really nice leather jacket. Really, really warm. We got one 3 years ago. So we got the jacket, and my son probably took off with it. In fact, I think he has it to this day. But it's a really beautiful jacket. But anyway.
We digress again.
Yeah, imagine that. So back to the rewards. The platinum level gives you, if you go into the shop, you get 2 points, and I should say that with the TAs, I'm not for sure of the rest, but with the TAs, if you go into the shop and you spend $500 on repairs, you get 500 points. If you're platinum, you get double that, so you get 1,000 points, and those are points just like you get for buying fuel. And there's some other perks, like if you fill up with over 75 gallons of fuel, you get a free drink.
Mm-hmm.
I think
those add up.
I have like 8 or 9 of these things. I don't drink coffee, but I will go in and get a cup of hot water to make my tea in.
When I drank pop way back in the day, it took care of my drink for every day.
Yeah, so I mean, we're usually fueling up once a day when we're running good, and so it works out pretty handy. There's a few other things with the
parking.
platinum.
You get free parking for like Bordentown, where you have to pay to go in. You can get free parking for a day.
Yeah.
For each month with the platinum.
And they have also
and free faxes and cash.
Yeah, there's some
cashing.
other benefits. So it's just like a second tier. You know, these are loyalty programs. They're trying to reward the people that are loyal to them. And I guess that's how they work. I'm not really for certain if there's any levels with the other cards. Like we said up front, the more fuel you buy, the more points you get in the next month. And I know that the TA and Petro program works this way. Pretty sure Loves works this way. I'm not for certain of TAs or the pilots and Flying J's.
Yeah.
Just not really for sure about that, how they work. We don't use
maybe
them enough.
in the comments, people can chime in. If they use the other cards, they
But
can chime in.
If you go to the websites, and I've linked those in the description down below here. If you go to their websites, those will link right up to the program details. They have all the information about the points earned, how you can spend the points, the rules and regulations of what you can't do with the points. And everything else.
Were you going to post a video with the kiosk of the TA?
Yeah, we'll. When I was speaking of I'll do it right here. So here I am inside the kiosk, which we probably should have put in earlier, but we didn't. So here's a video of the kiosk here in Elkton, Maryland, at the TA. And this is like I said, this is in the hallway leading back to the showers, where would make sense because most guys are going to go in and get a shower and right at the kiosk. So anyway, but the other thing I should mention, and in addition to these kiosks, one thing that all of the 3 major chains have come out with now is they have apps for your smartphone. And we have gotten to the point where we use the apps on the phone pretty much more than I actually use the one at the kiosk, at the card. There's actually some added functionality. I can reserve a shower.
Like if we're down the road and,
Yes.
we look on, because it shows what time or how long the showers will be, too.
This is the Truckstop. It's probably going to be blurry because my camera does not have autofocus on it, but that's the Truck Smart app for the UltraOne program from the TAs and the Petros. I can reserve parking. I can reserve a shower. I can also, on the TA app, I can actually put in a work order that says I'm going to be there in 3 hours. I'd like to get in line, and it will actually get you in line to be able to get in and be seen for service.
I think we've done that once
since
it came out on the app.
If you know where you're going. So you can do that. You can also call the Road Squad, which is the guys that come out and fix your tires. We've never used that, thank goodness.
Knock on wood. Again.
So, and then if I click on the UltraOne, I can check my balances. TA also allows you to use it for their Wi-Fi. I really don't recommend that because it's really not that good. We did that when we first started. Find a way to get Wi-Fi out of your phone or a hotspot, because the ones in the Truckstop, if you're there during the day, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Really don't recommend it.
And if you get evening-wise, if you're in there at night, there's just they don't have the capacity to deal with them all.
So to give you an idea, at the moment we have 22,189 points that we have earned this year, and we have spent some. So that is equivalent to having $221 this year. Actually, we have earned 33,000 points this year because
we've already spent.
In some months we had more fuel, so we were getting more than 1 point per gallon. Or like I said, if we have work done, like a PM oil change, it adds up.
And sometimes they have double points. They run specials that have double points.
So in like right now, the TA and the Petro does theirs with a tiered system. So like right now, I will get 2 points per gallon next month. If I purchase another 176 gallons this month in December, then in January I would actually get 3 points for every gallon. So we'll see how that happens. And right now I have 7 75-gallon drink certificates. I have a birthday meal dessert since my birthday was the other day.
And I can eat it.
And I can fax.
You can
They'll
eat
send
ice
out
cream.
a page of fax, 2 of those, and I can do daily check cashing. So yeah, and it lists your recent transactions. The nice thing about that, and I should mention it, every one of these truck stops has an app. There's different functionality in it. The thing that I really love about the Loves app is you can actually bring up a digital representation of your card, the barcode on your card. So I don't have to carry this little bad boy inside, which usually stays in a separate wallet.
Which, oddly enough, for us, we have 2 cards of every one, except for the Loves.
Except for the Loves.
And it's only in mine because that's our fueling wallet, I guess.
So on the Loves app, if I can find it here, I can actually bring up the barcode. So this is the Loves app. We don't go to Loves. I have 195 points at Loves.
Wahoo!
Not that much, but
almost $2.
yeah, but I can actually bring up my card, and it'll show me the barcode. So pretty cool. And then all I have to do is just swipe that at the laser thing up front, and it goes right through. Now, so my favorite program at the moment is the ones that they have at the Flying J's and the Pilots, and I'll tell you why. They have a nice app, and you can go through and find, the next place down the road. We have 1,400 points there right now. But the cool thing about this is they have bonuses where they give away like specials, and then for like driver
Every day there's a different special.
Yeah, every day.
Or
like driver last 2 months. Well, I forget when it is. Driver Appreciation Month. There was a free drink like every day.
Yeah, different types of drinks.
So
but it was cool.
There seems to be more, messages. Like they'll pick up where you're at. There's a Flying J here in Elkton, and then it'll bring up fuel prices and everything else. Now these are regular fuel prices. They don't reflect our discount we get with FedEx, but it's just neat. So and there's so much functionality. You can reserve showers. You can look for different locations. It's just a handy thing to have on your smartphone, and I think since most of us have smartphones these days, as opposed to having to drag these things around, it just works out nice, because I've always got my smartphone with me, but I'm always forgetting these cards. Always.
You know what, though? Forgetting the cards would make us spend less money in the truck stop.
That's true.
When we didn't have them on our phones. Now,
true.
Guess what? We'll spend more money because we have the apps on our phones.
Yeah, now I can just walk in and spend money anytime because, I
there
got
they
the
are.
points. So
But they're points.
So anyway, I guess the whole point is it's just another way of saving money.
And we're, right now at the TA and Petro, we're looking at a dash cam that we may use our points with. We haven't decided whether we are or not, because right now there's also a special offer on there, but I think it's through the Platinum that you can get $20 off $150 purchase.
So we may literally
like
be able to buy a $300 dash cam and have very little money come out of our pocket, and that's basically free this year, as you've seen.
It's like a mini savings account.
Yeah, because we've gained 330,000 points, which is equal to $300 this year, just simply by putting fuel in the truck. We have to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And in the past, we've bought headsets.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the truck stops have, they always have the headsets there.
Yeah, Bluetooth headsets. We've bought those before. We've bought
just
food.
Simple little things.
We've actually been in situations where we really didn't have that much money at a certain point of the year. Maybe it was waiting on a paycheck. Then we can use these for fuel, like in the TAs and Petros.
Yeah, at the restaurants.
You can redeem the points for the restaurants. And I think with Loves,
the Pilots too.
Yeah, some of them have fast food restaurants, and you can actually just go right up and swipe your card, and they'll take points off, and for usually Hardee's or McDonald's or
how much
whatever it is. So it's just a handy program to have. And like I said, we signed up before we even started. It was one of the things that we had been, people
that was
had said,
part of our preparation.
Sign up,
and
so we actually went and did that, and they have really been a great. Blessing for us. It's basically free money. Who doesn't like free money? So take advantage of that.
Yep.
So anyway, that wraps that up. I guess we'll look forward to the next video in the series. Don't know what that's going to be or when it's going to be out, but look for it.
It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise. So we hope you enjoyed this, and please like the video. Click the little subscribe button if you would.
Leave us a comment. And if you haven't already, watch the previous.
Everything is linked below. The whole series is linked, and there's also a playlist. So thank you for watching, and we will see you all in the next video.
So long, everybody.
Good night.